breaking news. Kyle and Mauricio have officially split.
Did they grow apart? Their kids are leaving the home.
There's always been rumors about Mauricio.
Holy sh**.
I had no idea.
I had dinner with Mo. He never said they were separate.
You think they're hiding something?
Somebody's cheating.
I think she's been lying.
It's pretty.
Complete strangers are like, you made us believe in true love, and now it's
This is true love. There are only two people in this marriage. Everybody else's opinion can off.
This season on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Vegas, bitch! Vegas, Vegas, Vegas! Ah! Oh my God, we have red phantoms.
Bring on Magic Mike!
It's so sexy. This is $1 million.
You have to give a BJ every day.
Gladly.
This is your horse?
How much did you pay for Santos?
More than your Birkin.
Do you want to come to Barcelona?
I'm the chef. I hope you enjoy the house.
Thank you, Chef. We can tag team him.
Anytime you want.
You know what else I want from you? I want to thank you for giving you something to talk about and making your ass relevant.
Oh, God.
This group wants me to scream all the time.
I saw my friend in distress. He said, you insert yourself. By the way, you.
Hi, girlie. Hey, awkward.
Oh, what's all?
Did you know that it's $7 for a naked bundle of Denise Richards on OnlyFans? You think I'm not gonna go as low as I can?
You're one evil woman.
I am.
You don't understand the severity of the PTSD.
There are elements I understand. There are also elements I consider more obnoxious.
I want to be back on stage. I want to be making new music. But does that translate into people wanting to work with me?
I understand that you want to be more of a parent to us, but I needed that 2 years ago.
It makes me feel like a failure.
How are things with you and Mo?
If there was infidelity, would you say?
I don't know.
Every time I go online, I see something about someone cheating. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
Well, I just want you to know.
I don't want to talk about it.
Kyle's not wearing a wedding band. Is there something going on in your personal life?
Her marriage.
This is Morgan.
How did you guys met?
She stalked me.
You put the first letter of your name on her body. What is going on, Kyle?
I'm just glad it's you out there having an affair.
For once, it's me. We are a very strong family, and we always will be. Always will be. You know, nothing can change that.
Kyle, where's she?
In denial about something.
Oh.
Welcome to the Living in Beverly Hills panel. And please give a warm welcome to our moderator, Access Hollywood correspondent, Zuri Hall.
What's up, y'all? I am Zuri Hall. How we feeling? Day 3 of BravoCon. Well, I'm so excited. I know we've been waiting for the queens, the Housewives of Beverly Hills. So let's go ahead and welcome them to the stage. You ready? All right, let's give a big BravoCon welcome to Annemarie WIley, the newest housewife. Dorit Kemsley. Erika Jayne. Kyle Richards. Garcelle Beauvais. Sutton Strap. And Crystal Kung Minkoff. Make some noise for our Housewives of Beverly Hills. All right, ladies, you all look stunning as always, bringing the glamour we love. Let's just dive right in, okay? Season 12. Tons of drama. We loved it all. Thanks for the memories. Season 13, let's get into it. If you had to sum up this new season in one word, what would you choose?
One word.
One word. We'll start at the left or the right. Who wants to kick it off? Crystal or Annemarie?
I'll start. You know what? I'm going to say the season is raw, you guys.
Raw.
Like, a lot of stuff happened. It's all really dramatic, really real. A lot of emotion, too, right? It was raw. You guys will see.
Okay, raw, Dorit.
Cohesive.
Oh, cohesive. Why cohesive? That's such
It's one word, Zuri.
You're right.
I mean, you gotta watch if you want to know
You
why.
are not wrong. Cohesive, y'all. It was cohesive, okay? Erika?
Better.
Better.
Wow.
Kyle?
Worse.
I know that's right. You better speak your truth, Kyle.
Okay, I'll go with stressful.
Worse or stressful? Okay, copy that. Garcelle?
Electrifying.
Okay. Sutton?
I'm gonna go with fascinating.
Fascinating. And Crystal?
I'm gonna say fresh.
Fresh. And we are gonna take it easy on you. You lost your voice in all of this BravoCon excitement, right?
Yes.
But we've got some hot tea for you?
Yes.
Okay, as I make you talk more, take your time, rest up. All right, now obviously Renee is gone now, so we want to just dive in. When it comes to, shaking things up, who is the person who's kind of stirring that pot this season a little bit more than the other ladies?
Shut up. Shut up.
Sutton.
Sutton?
Sutton, you told on yourself.
No, y'all all have spoons in this pot. All of you.
Sutton, if you had to choose one who's stirring it up a little more than the others, who would you say?
Kyle.
Kyle, thoughts?
I was just reacting to Sutton.
Now, y'all are throwing out Sutton. Care to share why?
Well, I mean, this feels so funny to talk about this. I didn't expect to have anybody come, bring up stuff about my marriage on camera, and I wasn't ready to talk about, something that was very difficult. I didn't even know how to navigate it without a camera, so I was just trying to figure it all out, and it was just, when it first came up, it just really was very difficult for me and my family, so that was what threw me off in the beginning, so.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. And we will, of course, talk a little bit more about your journey that we'll see in season 13. But before we dive deep into the specifics, we've got some familiar faces returning to the cast this season. We've got Camille, we've got Cynthia, we've got Denise Richards. So, who wants to get in there with what we can expect, what plot twists you didn't see coming when these ladies came back on the scene?
Well, Denise showed up and she had some unfinished business, apparently.
With the wrong person.
Only
That
she
part.
couldn't figure out what the unfinished business was for a while.
Mother.
She wasn't her most articulate, let's say that. It was a big night.
And Erika, I wanted to ask you about that. We've even seen in the trailer for this season, right? You two exchanged some words. It feels very heated. What was your experience of her, so much as you can share without giving too much away?
Kyle had a dinner party, and it was a THC-infused dinner party with a really great chef. And if you haven't had the experience, you should, because it's actually very pleasant. Denise came, and she very clearly tried to pick a fight with me. But she kept saying things like, go watch the show, you know what you did. And you were sitting right here.
I was
like,
sitting
right
right
At one
next
point she
to
said,
you.
roll back the tape. And we're like,
and
we
so,
can't watch the show right now.
Number one, after the last 4 years, I have not seen her talk to Denise. I've had a lot go on in my life, and I didn't quite understand. I think she has bigger beef with Brandy, Lisa, or Teddy before me. And then when she kept saying, roll back the tape, go watch the show. Okay. And I just apologized. And I said, I'm very sorry if I hurt your feelings. I don't know why. Then at Crystal's house at Taco Tuesday, she was there again, and so I gave it to her. And that's what you see. But just know this. I didn't ask for this. And I said, I don't want to do this with you. And I think that this energy is better placed with, like I said, Brandy, Lisa, Teddy.
Misguided. You think it's misguided?
Yeah, of course.
The thing is that she came with a clear intention. She wanted to squash that beef or, get some things off her chest.
Dig it up or something.
Get some things off her chest, but it was really hard to watch because she couldn't get it out. Like, she couldn't put her finger on what she was upset about. And Erika kept saying, can you please give me, something? And she just kept saying, watch the show.
But the entire
Watch the show.
table was trying to help her. Even Cynthia Bailey was like, could you, I swear to God, Cynthia's so beautiful and elegant. She was like, is there an example you could give Erika? Like, and here's the other one. It's her first night.
The Twilight Zone, you guys.
She's sitting there
new on
watching.
scene.
Brand new. I met this woman right there. And
Literally, my first night, obviously I knew Kyle, but my first time meeting all these ladies, and I'm like...
Come meet my nice friends.
Yes, come meet her nice friends, and these ladies are attacking each other across the table. I'm like, I fully entered the Twilight Zone. Thanks, Kyle.
Welcome.
It was a bizarre
Early initiation.
situation.
Right. Yeah. Well, obviously, we'll see how this unfolds as the season progresses. Kyle, I want to circle back around to you. You said this season could be described as worse, not better necessarily for you. You've been here for 13 seasons at this point. Compared to the last 12, yes, give it up, y'all. OG status right here. Compared to the last 12 seasons, how much more difficult was this one? And why specifically? Obviously, you're being very vulnerable, which has been very brave and impressive, but is it so much that, or is it that you had to make a conscious decision to share it?
No, what it was is that, it was sort of new for me what we were going through. And we were starting the show, and, even today, we still live under the same roof. And I just didn't know how to manage that. And I also am somebody who can't pretend. I don't have a very good poker face. So in a lot of those scenes with my husband, you could see that I'm clearly not that thrilled or happy or upset about something. But I'm not, wasn't there to throw anybody under the bus or, stir up problems. I just was just trying to get through, and, I didn't want to fight with him. And it was difficult, but the producers were like, something different is here, Kyle. We haven't seen this in 13 years. And so that was difficult. And, I told the girls from the beginning that, we were having a hard time. And it was just like, I was just trying to figure it out myself. And I'd also come off of having a very difficult, the reunion with my sister Kathy, the aftermath of all that was very painful for me. That was a loss. And then I lost my best friend to suicide a year and a half ago. So it was a lot of stuff for me going on, and I was just trying to keep it together.
And you have done an unbelievable job at that, by the way.
You.
Stronger than you deserve to have to be.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You and Mo have been such a beloved couple of the Bravoverse for so many years now. Just to check in, so much as you're comfortable sharing, how do you all stand right now? How is the energy?
Well, we love each other very much, and we are family no matter what happens, and we have a very strong family unit. My 3 girls still live at home. Only Farah has her own place, so. It's still like, who's going to be home for dinner tonight on the family chat. And, he's been busy. He was busy doing Dancing with the Stars, and so he wasn't around as much. But, we're just trying to figure it out. We know that we love each other, and...
We do have a clip that we're going to show a little sneak peek. Do you need a second, babe? Take all the time you need. I know that's right. Y'all better get that Kyle chant going. We are all on your side. We are so in your corner.
Well, I just want to say that, a lot of people think, like, what are you doing? Just pull it together and fix everything. Obviously, that's what I would want. This was not my idea of my fairy tale, clearly. But... I'm sorry, I just...
got a tissue for you.
Thank you. Anyway, I do appreciate... thank you. Anyway, I do appreciate all your support and all that, so thank you.
Absolutely. We have a sneak peek of an upcoming episode that we're going to air right now. Can we roll that, y'all?
So what you're saying is that my husband cheated on me?
Did I say that?
Kyle can't get new jewelry and Kyle can't get fit? Is that what we're saying, essentially?
I guess so.
Okay.
But by the way, making it even worse, I said at the retreat, this hasn't been our best year being married. I would be lying if I were to say that the last year didn't affect, me and our relationship at times. We've had a hard time.
But that's marriage.
Yeah, I mean, I have not had a great year.
Look at me.
And I shared this at the retreat, so it feels like a low blow. Okay, is that not enough for you guys? Sure. Do you want more? Do you want my husband to have cheated and bought me that band that he did not buy me?
Let's not do that.
Because he didn't.
That's not.
He did not buy that for me. I bought it myself.
I think Kyle does not want to address the elephant in the room. Is there something going on in your marriage? That's the question. Not who bought the ring. Does that matter?
Kyle, how do you feel, as your friends, do you feel that the ladies have a right to ask or dig more than you're comfortable sharing? Or do you feel like they should be taking the hint to not poke the bear if it's something you're not ready to share?
You know, if I was called on the phone and asked one-on-one, I would have been much more open. But being asked by the cameras, and I felt like I was on the defense, I felt, you know, instead of saying I'm here for you if you need me, I don't know. I just felt like everyone was coming at me instead of saying if you need anything, we're here.
I actually did say, you know, just when you and I spoke and we were just one-on-one, and I tried really hard to speak to you, talk to you,
I didn't say, I'm not talking about you,
started.
I'm talking about my interaction.
Because you
Sutton
said
all the time.
everyone.
Actually, we did have a conversation before that dinner, one-on-one.
Yeah, so anyway, I didn't think it was necessary to bring up on camera. I really didn't. It's something, you know, my marriage and my family, what we built was one of my biggest accomplishments. So it was
Still
it's
is.
very hard to acknowledge to
Still
everybody.
is.
You know.
Yes, absolutely. Garcelle, your take?
I totally understand that, and I feel for Kyle, and I feel for what she's going through, but we're on a reality show. I mean, Erika put everything out there. I mean, you've been doing it for 13 years. That's part of our job, is to ask things of each other, you know? And we've had conversations on the flight back from Vegas. We talked, and I would never share what we talked about, but you know, the reality is we're on a reality show. So I don't want to feel like we're the bad guys for asking questions.
It wasn't the questions, it was the way the questions were asked. I didn't feel it was in a compassionate manner. Less so with you than it was with Sutton, to be honest. But it was like, if you're going to ask me those things, I understand. I've shown a lot of my life in these 13 years. I get that we're making a reality show, but at least ask me with some compassion. That's all I asked for.
Okay. On a much lighter note, girl, we saw that music video. We saw Morgan Wade's, who saw Morgan Wade's video? Kyle's been in the gym, she's been working out, you're looking good, you've been on this incredible health and fitness journey. I'm curious to know from the ladies, actually, what was the initial reaction to seeing Kyle in that video, though?
I'm gonna whisper this.
Crystal.
I actually thought it was maybe you're telling everybody that you're in a relationship.
You thought that what? That I was telling everybody?
She said she thought you were telling everyone you were in a relationship.
No, that's not what it was.
That's what I thought it was, if that's honest.
I asked, my family knew I was making the video before I made the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies, any other initial reactions to the video?
I haven't seen it.
I remember saying to Kyle, I think you and I had dinner shortly after, and I said, because you know, just before the video, it started to get Kyle started to get a lot of heat, like on social media and the headlines, and then all of a sudden the video came. But she had filmed the video beforehand, so it just happened to be
Way
that timing.
beforehand,
Because
yeah.
I had said to her, like, oh, Kyle, do you think that was a good idea? You know, there's already so much chatter, and she said, you know, Dorit, we filmed this ages ago, before there was any, you know, the headlines, so it just was bad timing.
Okay. And Kyle, you mentioned, obviously, we saw some tumultuous times with you and your sister Kathy, specifically this past season. Where do things stand right now? How are you two?
We're great, thank God. You know, we're really good. We've been talking every day. We went to, actually, Morgan's concert at the Greek Theater, went to dinner after, and we were just having so much fun. My daughters and I, we all went together and had the best time, and she's been both of them very, very supportive, so it's been great.
Okay, and very good. You said both of them. I was going to ask how you're doing
both,
with Kim also.
Both.
Good.
It's rare to get everybody good at the same time, so I'm just enjoying this moment.
Okay, very good. Well, enjoy it, absolutely. Dorit, yes, yes, yes. Give it up for Kyle. You're out of the hot seat. Dorit, let's pivot to our journey that we see you on this season. First of all, the head-to-toe designer looks, season 13. How much fun did you have serving those up for us?
So much fun.
Yeah.
I always have fun. Yeah, with fashion and looks. I mean, that's my stomping ground, and I enjoy it, and I have fun. So I enjoy when other people enjoy it as well.
What's the longest you've ever spent in glam for a filming day?
Well, it depends. Usually, I mean, glam is an hour and a half, 2 hours. You always pad in a little extra time. I've got 2 kids running around usually, and there's always something that they need, so I have to get up and do something. But it doesn't really take that long unless I'm doing something very elaborate. Usually I choose my outfit ahead of time, and then I just figure out the hair and the makeup after. So it's all, a pretty easy process.
Yeah.
But, there are times where I'm doing something very, that takes longer, and it could be 3 hours.
3 hours. Ladies, anyone got her beat over here? What's the longest y'all have been in the glam chair? Garcelle said no.
2 hours sounds about right. It
that's
depends on how elaborate, like she
Yeah.
said. Depends on what you're doing, but 2 hours seems
more than enough.
Seems reasonable. Yeah. Beverly Hills, obviously known for its opulence, its luxury. I'm curious, give us something we can take home. What is an everyday beauty product that you all swear by?
My Maybelline lipstick.
Lipstick?
Yes, I love it. It's like the Stay, I can't remember what it's called, like Stay On Forever.
Okay.
It stays on forever.
Okay, it looks good. Whatever you are rocking right now.
Can't take it
gorgeous.
off. It takes,
I
am this.
I put coconut oil.
Coconut oil. Okay, Crystal says coconut oil. Garcelle?
Moisturizer.
Of course Moisturizer. We're talking facial or just head to toe? Got it. Okay.
Face,
facial.
but everywhere too.
Okay.
Mostly face.
Okay.
I'm going to go with my heavy moisturizer as well, and my L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. That's not an endorsement. That's all I use.
Erica?
I like a lot of oil. Oil to take off makeup, oil to moisturize skin, and Aquaphor.
And Aquaphor, okay.
Aquaphor, I use it on my babies.
Yeah. It's good for your lips, it's good for your cuticles, anything, your heels, anything that you can, that's dry.
Yeah. I heard Beyonce loves Aquaphor too.
I'm obsessed with
Did not know that.
Aquaphor.
Yeah.
I've been using it for years.
Dorit?
It's not a shameless plug. Genuinely, my Beverly Beach bronzer. I do. I love it.
She really does use it. It's very
literally
good.
every day.
Use it. You do.
Okay, and Annemarie?
I actually had really, really bad skin growing up. I had like grade 4 cystic acne, so I had to take Accutane twice. So I'm actually really into just taking care of my skin. My 3 things: sweating, I work out every day, 2, water, and then Vintner's Daughter serum.
Okay, all right, there we go. Gave us a few little gems. Thank you for that. Thank you all. Now, Dorit, we see in the premiere you talk a little bit about worrying, are we gonna make it? PK and myself. How is he doing now with supporting you in the ways that you said you need to be supported?
Work in progress. Okay. Yes. Listen, it was a challenging couple of years, post-home invasion, and I was going through a lot of things emotionally, personally, and it took a toll, on our marriage for sure. And we had ups and downs, and we rode those waves. It's something, as I've spoken to people that are married or have been married for a long time, everyone seems to say the same thing. This is marriage, and you have your ups and downs. And PK and I really didn't suffer any bad years in the 13 years we were together. So I guess it's our time. But we're working through it, and I think we're both hopeful.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad to
remain
hear.
positive.
And we saw you in the season premiere confront Erika about what she said at BravoCon last year.
Yes.
So, have you two genuinely been able to move past that? Erika, now why are you looking at me like that? I just gotta ask.
You're getting the side eye, sir.
I really am.
I give everybody the side eye. It's okay.
It's okay. I can handle it. It's okay.
No, like I said to Dorit on the first episode, when I walked down to the end of the stage at BravoCon and said what I said, I had no idea that they were going through something personal. Had I known, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said something funny and clever, but that's not what happened. So I owed her an apology. She accepted, and I think that we've moved on. But it's up to her to decide, you know, where she's feeling. I mean, this is her marriage, not my marriage.
No, and you and I did. You know, you did. You did the picnic air yet? I don't even know.
I did.
Okay, so Erika and I had that time together, and I did accept her apology, and I'm not one of those that accepts an apology, says I'm over it, and then isn't. But I do want to say something, and I know for you specifically, because we were going through a hard time, you know, that's what. But we actually weren't going through a hard time when that happened. It was still, it just felt, regardless of learning afterwards that Pika and I had some trouble, it's still, what hurt was that you said Pika and I, you know? Even at our greatest.
Yeah, and I knew that I had struck a nerve because you two always laugh off, and you weren't laughing this off. And so I knew, I was like, oh God, I've really done something. And I didn't, of course, obviously I didn't mean to, but it's one of these things that happen. You're in the moment. It's BravoCon, and then you have to pay for it later. And I did.
And, you know, to the point about that apology, we saw it. As a viewer, it felt genuine to me. It felt real. What was the reaction to all of the other the other ladies when it came to Erika really owning that she wants to be less defensive and show up and be a better friend?
She has been.
Yeah. And she has been, Garcelle.
Yeah, she has been. I think we've seen a different side of Erika this season, and it was welcome.
Crystal, you looked like you wanted to say something.
I did. Erika, she's a good person, and she really wanted to show us a different side of her. But I think she was going through so much that she couldn't. And yeah, that's all I just wanted.
And do you think that was the case, Erika? Obviously, Crystal's saying you're a good person who was going through something.
Well, here's the thing: when you're not, I've had a moment to come up for air, and I wasn't defending myself. I was not on the defense for 2 years, you know, so it was very heavy. So when you have a moment of peace, you can relax into yourself and actually enjoy a few things. And that's really what you saw, was just a moment of peace and getting back to being normal and not constantly defending myself every way I possibly could.
Well, I've always
have
known
a moment
Erika
of
to be
peace, you
an
can
amazing
reflect.
friend. So for me, I knew it was because she was going through a hard time, so I was just happy to have her back this season and back to the Erika that I know and love. So
thank you. I appreciate that. Things are better, like I said, things are better. And when things feel better, you can be there for others, and you're not constantly wondering the next time you're gonna, you know, have to defend yourself. And that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to open it up to audience Q&A in just a couple of minutes here, so get those questions ready, okay? I want to make sure I toss out a question to the other ladies first. So, Garcelle, last time Andy asked about your love life, you said as dry as his. What is going on these days? How is the love life?
The love life, I'm working on it. You know, what I try to do is prioritize what's really important to me. And although I would love to have a partner and I go out on dates, I have a small window with my boys, and it's really important that.
And the emotions, we obviously understand. You've started to open up about that journey. One, it is so clear you are an incredible mother who is doing the best she can. How has it been sharing such a vulnerable aspect of your life this season?
Yeah, no, that was hard. That was hard, obviously, and but at the end of the day, Jax and I are in a better place. But it was amazing because I remember growing up, I wouldn't have been able to say anything, any feelings to my parents. We weren't brought up like that. Yeah. And so I really wanted to change the narrative and the dynamic of my family and sort of break that cycle of not being able to say something respectfully to your parents. And so I'm grateful that the boys got that and they speak their mind.
Yeah, they do. It was such an emotionally intelligent conversation. It was a beautiful exchange.
Jax is exceptional.
Yes,
in terms of with his words and his intellect.
He is. They both are. Y'all ready
Thank
for
you.
some questions for the Housewives? Okay, we're running out of time, so we're gonna start to throw it out to the audience here. Sutton, I really want to know how much you paid for that horse.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Not happening.
Why?
We're not gonna find out. Okay.
I don't like to talk about that kind of stuff.
Okay, fair.
I think it's tacky.
We can't do it, y'all. We're never gonna know. Okay, who has a question for one of the Housewives? I can't. They're over there. Over here? Okay. I'm just gonna say speak and hope that a
I
voice
think it's
comes
both
from
sides.
the crowd.
I think it's both sides.
Oh, there we are. Okay, off to the left here in the green. Hi. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Vanessa from Hollywood, Florida. Thank you guys all for everything that you're doing, especially sharing your vulnerability for our entertainment. Thank you to Garcelle for really being relatable with the mom guilt. I mean, we can't imagine how hard that is, and we totally get that. So
thank you, Vanessa.
That's really amazing. Silly kind of question, I guess. You're all very successful women in your own right and really living your own lives. Do you think at this point Housewives is a misnomer, or maybe you're redefining it?
Ooh.
Great
Can I
question.
answer that?
Crystal, sure.
I think something what's really interesting about the show is that there's so much about us that not a lot of people know, and that the show is like an onion and it shows the different layers. I actually am a businesswoman. I own the second largest coconut water company in the world. And
Second largest coconut water company in the world.
And people don't know that, but what I love about the show, it's about our friendship and being moms and wives and girlfriends and all, and that's what I think the misnomer is, that sometimes we don't get to show all of who we are. It shows a part of who we are. It's one lane of it. But, it's so amazing to the audience to get to see, and these women all work so hard. They all are incredible businesswomen, and sometimes it doesn't get to show all the sides of us, and I think we deserve more.
Okay, you're multifaceted, absolutely. Anyone else want to add to that? Annemarie?
Yeah, I'll add to that. You know what? I feel like we are redefining the name Housewives. Like, we're all modern women. We all do a lot of things. Like, I came on the show, it was actually my husband, I don't even know where he is, but hi, honey. He was the one, like when Kyle texted me, he was the one who was like, honey, yes, go do this.
Marcellus was the one who was like, go do it.
Yes, Marcellus. Okay. So Zuri knows, but my husband, he played football for 10 years and broadcasting ESPN Fox for a very long time. And so I was very happy to be like, mom and like working woman and everything, and just very private. Like, my Instagram was private a year ago, you guys. Very private person, just supporting my husband. And so when Kyle messaged me and he's like, honey, go do this. This is something for you. This will be an amazing opportunity. And he's been telling me for years, he's like, do a blog, do something. He's like, you're a very multi-dimensional person. You should do something with that. I'm a mom, I have 4 kids, married, nurse anesthetist, I'm former college athlete, very much into health and fitness. And I'm like, great, this is a platform to show people what we do and ultimately like inspire people, right? Like, I grew up in a small farm town in Canada. Like, go make your stuff happen.
Amen. Yes, yes. Has the experience been what you expected as the newcomer?
I've had a blast. Everybody like eye rolls at me. They're like, oh, you're so cute. The newbie's having fun. But like,
not eye rolling.
No, Kyle did yesterday. You guys can see it on the carpet.
It was such a season 1 answer. It was so much fun.
I did. Sorry.
Just wait.
I have fun in everything I do. Like, if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. So I had a blast. Like, I had a really good time meeting all these ladies, building these friendships and relationships. Like, it was a fun season, and you guys are going to
wait to the reunion.
Ooh. Wait till the reunion.
I can't with you.
Okay, we've got time for another audience question. Let's go over here to my right now.
Hi, I'm Alexander Diane Rogers from San Francisco, and my question is for Kyle. Why do you keep thrusting Teddy upon these women when they clearly don't like her?
Girl.
You're trying to make fetch happen, and I just want to know why.
To know why.
I'm not trying to make Teddy happen. She's very much happening in our lives. And the Teddy that we know is not like the Teddy that you see on television. And I don't feel the need to justify why someone is a good friend to me, who's been there for me and supported me. And I'm not trying to make her happen for you, sir, no disrespect. But she's very much happening for me and our friends that love her.
And that's that. She said what she said. Okay. I see, ladies? What are these expressions over here?
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan, you said.
I am a fan. Actually, Teddy is a friend of mine, and I am a fan.
I'm going to make it real clear right now. There is not a bottle of vodka in my purse. Let's just make it real clear. And I don't appreciate that being said, and I don't appreciate my friend not saying, Teddy, come on, you know that's not true. I don't. wasn't nice, and it's not true.
I like Teddy. She's a friend of mine. And when Denise, said all this stuff to us, I had to actually call Teddy and ask her, tell me again why we're upset with her. So there you go.
Yeah, I like Teddy too. I knew Teddy actually even before I knew Kyle. Like our boys played football against each other. So I think Teddy's good people.
Okay. Next question. Let's go over here to our left again. Oh, I love this outfit. Hello.
Oh my God, thank you. My name is Megan, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Hi, Megan.
Oh, Megan! And my question is for Garcelle, AKA Fancy. Garcelle, you will always be known as Fancy and all the iconic characters you've played on film and television, and our community knows you. So I want to know, when you came on this platform, did you feel like you had to reintroduce yourself or prove to the audience that you're already that bitch?
Thank you for that. In a way, I did. But not everybody knows me. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if these ladies, they may have known me, but I don't think they knew me. And so, yeah, I think I had to do that. But I think I've been able to do that with what I do on the show and what I do off the show.
Keep doing that.
Thank you so much.
All right, squeeze in a couple more. Hi, over there to the right. What's your question?
Hi, you all. So
Yes, she's having a good time.
she's unstoppable, honestly. I'm Larissa. I came all the way from Germany.
Shout out to Germany.
Thank you, thank you. So honestly, our question is for all three of you, or well, all of you, from all three of us. So in the Vanderpump Rules panel on Friday, LVP gave a hard no to coming back to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Would any of you like to see Lisa come back?
Show of hands.
Garcelle, you said you've got your hand up.
Yes. I mean, I think she's great television. She's obviously an amazing business person. But I think there's probably some unfinished business. And I thought she was really great on the show. But it was before my time, so I was a viewer and not a part of it. But I love Lisa Vanderpump.
Ladies, anything else to add? Crystal says same. Okay. All right. I think we have time for one more question. Let's go over here to the left. Make it a good one. What do you have?
Hi, ladies. I'm Michelle from Chicago. You're my favorite cast. I love you. Inspirational, aspirational. So much so that we went to Magic Mike this weekend. Had a hell of a time. It was wild.
Ooh.
Loved it.
Woo!
My question is for the beautiful Erika Jayne. Yesterday, we saw on a panel that Candace had selected you as the Bravo Leb she would most like to collab with. Are there any announcements? Is there a release date?
Oh, I did. I heard of that. I think she has a lot of talent, and I think she's doing great things. I'm very proud of her, and I think that she's being very smart about how she's, presenting her art, and I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. And speaking of the art, you've got the residency in Vegas, yes?
Yeah, I have the residency at Mandalay Bay.
How's that going?
House of Blues. It's great. We have 4 more shows in December, so if you're out, anybody in December, come check me out. It's wonderful. It's a great time.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, fun.
A lot
the
of
girls
fun.
came to support. It was a good time. Yeah.
Incredible. Well, I wish we had more time, but that is all the time we have. Let's hear it one more time for our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.